and welcome back. It's time to get started writing our draw mono code, which actually I had forgotten something. What is it? It's up here. I forgot to set uh, BPP equals 1. I believe that's what I called it, right? Page. Belchy. Yeah, BPP. So bits per pixel. So let's come back down to draw mono. You know what? I'm actually real quickly going to save, close the window, and then reopen it so that it takes up hopefully more space. No, everything's close, open. That was probably not the right way to do that, but whatever. When do I do anything the right way? Okay, there we go. It's nice and big. Let's go ahead and also open the header file. There we go. A little bit more ideal. So, first things first, we are going to test to see if the imp equals null. And if it does, we're going to return. We're then also going to check if imp, what did I call it? It was header. Is it image count? Yes, it is. Literally image count. Okay. And actually I'm doing this the wrong way around. It's if idx is greater than or equal to image count, also return. This will stop us from trying to draw images that don't exist. And actually, I could check to see if it's negative, or I could just sign it, or unsign it, which will force it to be always a number between 0 and, what is it, 65,535. So, unsigned. Okay. Alright. So, then, we can also do one last check, which is if imp, if imp BPP doesn't equal 1, then we return. Because we will eventually be supporting 16 color graphics in these image packs for like actual sprites and stuff like that, we're going to do a quick check for that. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to avoid doing the what you call them, uh, doing the origin offsets, just so that I can get like the core of the math sorted out as easily as possible. So what we're going to do is we are going to move uh, from left to right and count down the scan line. So our outside loop has to be 0, or has to be 0, has to be y, and y is less than h. I'm going to be renaming these as I go because I do not like using that in this case, especially as it's... Yep. Okay, so we'll call it row. And row plus plus. And then we will have, let's see, we'll call this pixel x. You know what? Nah, we'll go ahead and have pixel x, which equals 0. Pixel x is less than width. Pixel x plus plus. So, basically what we want to do is we want to draw a pixel to the screen everywhere that has a everywhere that has a 1, and if it has a 0, then we skip it. We can also do a quick test where we can say, basically, oh, if this entire line is 0, because we do have a quick and easy check for that, because we're working in 8-bit and 16-bit, not on individual bits. So we can look at the entire byte, or if it's 2 bytes wide, we can look at the entire stretch and go, is this at all colored? And if it's 0, we can just skip down to the next row. So, and that, how do I want to do that? Okay. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. It's relatively late for me when I'm recording this. So, let's figure out, one of the first things we need to do is set up some math. So we'll say if x is less than 0, then we need to set x equal to 0, but we also need a value that will track how far into the graphic we are. So I'm going to call that, I think I used to call it LX, but I think I'll just call it L. Because I love naming variables things that are obvious. We'll call it left, okay? And that equals minus x. We're also going to want to have already grabbed our width. So let's say imp at, what did I call it? imgs at idx dot width. And width, we will minus equals x. Because then that will tell us, the left will tell us how far into the image we're starting, and W will start off being the full width of the image. And I should point out this is on the pixel level, not on the byte level, and I need to double check. And of course I've got width in this format is actually the okay. I'm making things complicated for myself. Okay, well, you guys are going to sit down and watch me as I struggle through this myself. Anyways, so let's go ahead and we'll get LX, or left. We'll also end up having a top. We'll have a width and a height. So let's go ahead and get height equals imp imgs at idx dot height, and then if y is less than 0, we say top equals minus y. Yeah, oh, that should be a plus. I thought so. My brain was like doing the, wait a minute, that's not right. Okay, and then y equals 0. So basically what these two rounds are doing is they are setting our left and our top above 0 so that we're starting a certain number of pixels and certain number of rows into the image, so that we're not trying to write to memory that doesn't exist, because you never know what you're going to write into if you try doing that. We're then also going to track our width and our height for obvious reasons, and then we finish off by saying, no, our x and our y are now equal to 0. So then we need to figure out, pardon me, whether or not our x plus our w, if x plus w is greater than or equal to our y, or our x resolution, which is 320 pixels. And if it is, then we are going to make w equal 320 minus x. And we're going to do the same thing down here. We're going to say if y plus h, not gh, h, is greater than or equal to, in this case, 200 pixels, then h equals 200 minus y. And these two together are basically allowing us to create a clipping plane. SX, that's what I used to call that. Oh, right, I'm now remembering things. SX, SY. And that should be all of the basic math. Now I need to come up with my, I need my Tandy pointer, or pointers, unsigned char star Tandy 4. And I need unsigned char star, we'll call it SRC. And let's go ahead up here. We're going to do something similar to this. A little bit similar to this. Oh, and that needs to be a far, doesn't it? Granted, in the memory mapping system that I'm using right now, because my project is set to a huge memory map, all of my pointers are far pointers. So, not entirely necessary, but, you know, it's a thing. Ooh, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say 0, 0, 0. Just to establish our pointers. And then, what we are going to do down here, well, we'll do it here. So then what we want to do is we want to say, we can actually do this in a loop. Say, I'm going to create a variable c, and that's just going to be a counter for going through lists. So counter equals 0, c is less than 4, c++. Can you guess why I choose to use the variable named c when I'm just doing counters? So then it's Tandy at c, and we're going to plus equals, and we want x bit shifted 1, 2? I think it's 1. Right? Am I misremembering that? No, it is 1. Ha ha ha. Okay. So we and I can actually get rid of that. This isn't a big for loop. Okay. So we're going to go through all of them, and we're going to set the minimum level. And then we're going to go through all of our fields again. And I suppose really I should just do this all at once. So edit, cut, edit, paste. So let's just get rid of that. Let's wrap that. And we will also say, since we know we've already clamped x and y into the graphic space that we care about. So we're going to say y bit shifted 2, because we have 4 planes, and then we are going to multiply that by 160. In fact, you know, since this is a fixed quantity, do I have a scratch variable? I do not. I mean, I suppose I could use SX. But I'm not going to, because that would be conservative, and although I should do that, I won't. So I equals y bit shifted 2 times 160 plus x bit shifted 1, and then we can just do that once. Which is also handy for us because it means that we're only doing that multiplication once, because multiplication is expensive, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so, god damn it, I hate that. Okay, continue. Alright, so I think we've got the majority of our stuff sorted out. We do need to borrow that one loop. Here we go. We've got to come up here. Edit, copy. Okay, so edit, paste. So we're just gonna call this C, and we can say, wait, should that be 0? Come back up here. I think that's supposed to be 3. I don't know how that was working. I must have just so happened to have the right number of, where's T? What is T? T is greater than or equal to... Okay, so that's the top. Alright. T is... Yeah, alright, fair enough. The cats are talking to me. Okay, so we're back down here. So that should be and 3. Alright, so C equals 0, C is less than yada yada yada, C++, and there we go. Oh man, I have the saddest cat noises coming from behind me. Never a moment's peace with cats. Okay, so let's see. What's going to be a good? Well, you know what I can do for sy equals 0. Sy is less than h. Sy plus plus. So that we can do. Now what we need to do is we're going to want a second pointer, and I haven't even set the first one. So let's do a second pointer. So then what we're doing once we get down here is real quick, source equals imp, and we want the header, but we want to treat the header as an unsigned char. That's not where I meant to go. Okay. And then we want to add imp imgs idx. That's what I called it, right? IDX? Yeah. IDX dot offset. So this should take our image pack's base address and add on to it the images, the image that we're looking at, its offset into that table. And that will give us our basic source, and then we'll say we'll say sx equals 0. We'll say source or pointer equals source. We'll do some stuff, and then we'll say source plus equals imp mgs idx dot width. Yeah, okay. Oh, which reminds me, because our width is the number of bytes, not the number of pixels, so we actually want to multiply it by 8, or bit shift it over three spaces, because that way then we're dealing with pixels. Because we want to make sure that our math is pixel specific. Now, our left is going to be kind of useful to fold. First off, we do, we can actually, we'll do it here because this will be easier. Source plus equals left, and we'll divide that by 8, because then that will get us which pixel, which pixel we are starting at. For the font that we're looking at, most of our glyphs are less than a byte wide, i.e. less than 8 pixels wide. But just in case, for whatever reason, in the future we are looking to draw something that is monochrome and is wider than 8 pixels, this will allow us to basically make sure, okay, yeah, it is actually um, shifted over properly. And then, how do we want to do this? I guess I think I create another variable so we can say that left and 7. And that is going to tell us how far over we want to bit shift. So then, now I think we're ready to do our sx equals 0, sx is less than width sx plus plus. So that's then our inner loop. Okay. Sorry, I'm just... I'm getting kind of flustered a bit. Okay. Okay, no. Sx, so Sx divided by 1. Ooh, but our Sy... I might need another... Ooh, actually, no. I've got another variable that's no longer being used. So we're going to say C equals... what do I call it? Y? Would that be correct? Yeah. So C equals Y mod 3, because that will tell us which bit plane in the Tandy buffers we're working on. I think that's what I needed that for, right? I think so. Yeah, because then down here I'm going to do C++ if C is greater than or equal to 4. I'll just say if it's greater than 3. You know what? I don't even have to say that. God damn it, I keep doing that. Edit cut. Okay. I've got the right number of curly braces. I can just do C and equals 3. And that will keep us pretty straightforward. And yeah, because I've already got that lined up. Alright, so we should be ready, in theory, to start drawing. Brr. Okay, let's see. Brain work. It's possibly a little too late for my brain at the moment, so we're going to see how far I can push this. Okay, so for every pixel, we've got source where we need to be. And this will I++, I ampersand equals 7. That way, we're kind of... I keep doing that because I think, oh, I'm using a text editor. I can. That's how text editors work, and it is how they work in modern programs, but perhaps not in these old DOS programs. Challenge mode expert. Okay. Oy. Okay. So, what I need is I need to say Tandy at C and 3, and then this is a pointer, so I should be able to go SX at 1. Hmm. Ooh. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, but I've still got that. Hmm. If X plus SX and 1. So, basically what we're saying with that little bit is, are we looking at the left or the right pixel? Are we looking at an even or an odd pixel? So, if we're looking at an odd pixel, so that should be the high. So let's say and equals 0x0f. I'm probably doing this backwards, and we'll see we'll see things look really weird. And if we do see really weird stuff, we'll know exactly why, and we can fix that. Or equals color and 0xf0. All right. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Only now this is like that, and this is like that. Okay, do we feel lucky? How badly have I messed this up? I don't know, but we're going to try. I'm sure I've got some bugs in here. So, we have just done a lot of coding. We've added several new functions. Um, we've added a whole new file type, so there's probably going to be some errors that I've made in handling that. SC is never... Oh. Yeah, I don't care about you guys. Error main C, SC. It's never used. Blah, 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 blah. Main video. Oh, yeah, I forgot to get rid of that. My bad. Alright. Save. Okay, so what's the next issue? Imp, 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 imp. File, save, compile, make. I wonder how we're doing file size wise. We'll have to look at that once we see whether or not this works. Success. That's a terrifying statement. Okay, run. Run. Okay. Not. Oh, and I'm not even checking bits, so. Okay, tell you what, let's do, just to make sure, I am going to use draw fill V fill, left, top, right, bottom, and color. Just to make sure there's no issues with the print string function, because I'm doing this all backwards and starting with print string instead of starting with, you know, stuff. So V fill, we'll do dx, dy, font dot imgs at idx dot hotspot x. Do I do it in screen coordinates? I do it in screen coordinates, don't I? Why do I do this? Yep. Left, top, right, bottom. So dx plus, yeah, this is turning into a monstrous function call. dy plus font dot imgs at idx, no, actually at 0 dot hotspot y. And color. File, save. Make. Okay. Run. Okay, that's not drawing anything. Let's... That was in menu.c, right? Print string 22 file 10. Okay, let's take a look at our XY text color. Alright. 22 file 10 absolutely is a function that we're calling. Okay, so error. And we're going to call this 0xff. And we are going to just make sure that I'm, quick sanity test. %s, %d. XY text color. Just to make sure this is actually getting called, and I'm not just like, going insane. I mean, I could be going insane, and, things aren't being called properly. That's always possible. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm writing a game in Borland Turbo C++ 1.0 for DOS. So, my sanity is subject to to debate. Ooh, oh. Oh dear, what the? Let's return right away. Well, actually, you know what? I think that has, yeah, 22 file 10. Awesome. So we actually we can delete these lines because we got the answer we wanted. And I was right. It is green. Okay. So let's do dx plus 1, dy plus 1, and color. Save. And it is going to the next... The whole screen filling up with green was not what I was expecting. Run. And now it's not doing anything. What's going... Oh, no! Oh! Oh, I can see a single green dot. So, come down to here. Font.images.hotspotx. Okay, and hotspotx is a sensible number for each one. I don't know why that's not working. We should get 4 dots, but we're not. Here, I'm gonna make... File, save. This is confusticating. This episode might not end with a successful test. That might actually fall onto the next episode. Ah! Interesting. Okay. Why the hell is it going all over there? Okay, let's... I really wish it would stop taking me back up to that function. Okay. dx equals x, dy equals y. Pointer equals text. Plus equals hotspot. It should be just running this code. So idx equals pointer minus 32. And then font.images at idx.hotspotx. Do I have... You know what? I never thought to do... I didn't do proper testing for my vfill function. I really should have. So vfill, let's do 0, 0, and we'll say 10, 10. And let's make that 3. vfill 1, 1, 11, 11, 4. vfill 2, 2, 22, or 12, 12, 5, vfill 3, 3, 13, 13, and 6. And I'm going to go ahead and hide that for right now. Save. Make. really wish it would stop doing that. Oh, okay. So that's not right. Okay. I have some stuff to debug. Okay. Well, you know what? If my math is bad, that would explain why the font isn't printing. I'm going to call this video here, and when we come back, I'm going to have taken the time to sit down and do some math by hand to figure out what my code is doing wrong. Until then, I shall see everyone later. Wish me luck.